What's your question, Jazz? You have 3 weeks. We have 4 days this week. You guys get the day off Friday because it's my birthday. I closed all the schools across the county. What?
It's a 4-day weekend.
And Monday is Memorial Day, yeah, but Friday I made sure. Is it?
Yeah.
2 days, nice.
When we come back, we're gonna be doing schoolwork.
Yes, we have schoolwork, you guys, for the. I mean, you are in school, so we have three more weeks of school. 4 days this week, 4 days next week, and then 4.5 the last week. The last week we have a field trip Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are normal, and then Friday is a half day. Aiden.
Are you going on the field trip?
I will be on the field trip. I asked my first period class if they wanted me to get on the loudspeaker at Roller King and like give a really in-depth math lesson while you skated around. You think of like y equals mx plus. Oh yeah. Lola, question. I'm sorry, I threw you guys all off. Jeez. All right, let's focus. 3, 2, 1. Check your swag. Sit up straight. Lola, remember real quick. Pretty much, yeah. You'll notice today is slightly different from Friday. Friday was really all about 7th grade material that you've learned. This is a little bit similar with a slight difference. Make sure that your work looks exactly like mine. Today's lesson is really all about attending to precision and having some just not esteem, not self-motivation. What's the word? Slowing yourself down enough. The word will come to me before the end of the lesson so that you don't make some blunders. When you have equations, you should be thinking, even when they look really confusing, don't cry, bring it. Write this on example 1. I know you did it, but we're going to slow down and make sure we have all the steps down and talk about why they're the way they are. The first thing you're looking for is distributive property. Jasper, you said you saw distributive property. What do I do with that 5? 5 times b and 5 times -6. Let's simplify that to 5b minus 30. Bring down your -35.
How did you get -30?
5 times -6 is -30. Okay, well that was the distributive property part. Move to C. Do we have anything to combine? Combining like terms on the right or the left of the equal sign? No, the b and the 30 are different terms, so we don't combine it. Check that off. We don't have to combine, we distributed. What does the b stand for? Freddie, I need a hand. That's your second. Camden. Ash. Camden. Ash. I did that period 4, so I had to get paybacks. Ash. It is bring what specifically? Bring all the numbers to one side. And specifically, well, how do I know what number to bring over? Is it the 5 or the 30? We want to bring the number that's not next to the variable. This is called a constant. Say constant on 2. 1, 2. You guys are going to learn more about that your 8th grade year. This number is a constant. It is next to, or not next to the variable. It's the one that's separated. And lastly, the I stands for what? Anyone remember, Ash? Okay, you can ignore it for now. You can ignore it. I know, you can ignore it.
Oh, it's so cute.
No, you're not bad.
Can I please take it off? I swear to God, can I take it off?
Oh my God, Aiden, get back.
This is just gonna freak out.
Don't not kill it. I will cry.
Kill it. It was Spider-Man.
There is a blood spurt. Voice 3, 2, 1. The I stands for isolate. Daniel, that's one. Isolate the variable. Remember on Friday when I said find x and we circled x? Finding x doesn't really mean to just circle it in the problem. We can't just circle b and say that's the answer. We want to get b by itself. Guys, I'll take a hand if you're shouting out, you're off task and you are being counted. Negative 35 plus 30 on the left side is what we get. That turns into a negative 5. 5b is brought down. Divide by 5. We want to isolate the variable, so b would equal. What answer, Ashlyn? Not 0. What is 5 divided by 5, Kai? It's 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Don, you can go outside if you want to. B is negative 1. If it's 0 divided by 5, it'd be 0, but any number divided by itself is always just 1. In summary, here's what we did. We can always simplify an equation before we solve it. Simplifying equations can include two things. The one thing we're focusing on today is distributing. If you have a number next to parentheses, it means distribute. For the paper, looks like we're almost there. Don, I'll let you catch up. And what we'll focus on tomorrow is combining like terms. We won't do that today. Combining like terms. Like terms. You see a problem like this? Jazz, question? I'm going to pause you. Nope. Don't cry, bring it. You're looking at an equation every time you see one and you're like, oh, what do I do first? Well, don't cry. Just distribute first. You don't have to write this. This is for just your reference when we do the problem. No. Zach, what do I do first? Yeah. What is negative 10 times negative 5, Daniel?
It is 50.
Okay. And what's negative 10 times x? I'll go up now. Daniel, keep going.
It is negative 10x.
Okay. It equals 0. You need me to go back up? I'll give you 10 seconds. You got it, Ashlyn? Okay. And I don't have anything to combine. We're checking that off. We already distributed. Mr. McD got to this problem in 8th grade, and I did this. Don't write it. What is my blunder? Morgan. So I'm doing things to one side. And why can't I do that? Because I always have to maintain equivalency. If I do it to one side, I have to do it to the other. So I'm not going to divide by 10, though. That's not even the right steps. We want to bring everything to one side. Alec, what number do I bring to the other side? The 10 or the 50?
The 10.
We could, but that's okay legally in math to do that. I'm going to try to bring the constant over. The constant was a number not next to the variable. What number was that?
50.
It's the 50. How do I bring it over, Alec? Add or subtract?
No, subtract.
Why do I subtract?
Because the 10x negative.
Not quite. When the 50 is positive, we look at that to know what we do. Do the opposite of whatever that number is. This is a positive 50, so you subtract. Do the opposite or the inverse. That cancels and gives you negative 10x equals negative 50. Naya, what's the next step? You got it. Divide on both sides. Negative 50 divided by negative 10. I'll take a hand. Naya's got it. Row 2, 3. Donna, what's the answer? Okay, no, I love your participation. You have great things to say. I just need a silent hand. X equals 5. We isolated the variable. X is by itself. We are good to go. I'm going to give you guys a shortcut right here. And a lot of you already thought about this before we even learned how to solve an equation. If I know that 0 is on this side, and I have a negative 10 on the outside, well, whenever I multiply something by 0, it has to equal 0. So let's look at these two things, the parentheses and the 10. Could I change the negative 10 to 0 so I'd multiply the inside parentheses by 0? No, you can't change a negative 10. Negative 10 is going to be a negative 10, leave it the same. Could I make the inside of this 0? So it was 10 times 0? Kai face forward. Well, negative 5 plus what is 0? Negative 5 plus negative 5 plus positive 5 is 0. And if we get 0 times 10, does it make 0?
Yeah.
What did we just make x? 5. Was that your answer?
Yeah.
Math is beautiful. You can intuitively approach that without even solving it. If you can mentally look at that and see that x is 5 to make it 0, that's a way of approaching things first. You still need to show your work though. In summary, inverse operations must be done on both. Yep. To maintain equivalency.
Not much.
I'm gonna roll up just a minute.
Simplifying, distributing, combine like terms, wow. No, I break straight so
Yeah. Yeah, just go. Yeah, that's fine. Next page, please. Voice off. Morgan, can you read where it says practice? Show all work on a separate piece of paper. Morgan, pause. Morgan, pause. 3, 2, 1. Hayden, 1. Morgan, start over. Friday, it's 2. You have 30 problems. You're going to start out with 10 minutes, checking with your partner if you need to. The last 15 minutes, though, will be on your own. Write goal right below practice. Out of 30 problems, you're going to make a goal for yourself. Your task today is to have, the word I was looking for was self-control. When you guys are starting these problems, it's really easy to get really tired after 5 problems and just kind of give up on showing work and maybe even skip and just look at the answer. You're going to get better at this by practicing it first with your partner if you need help, and then by yourself. There are 20 or 30 questions right now. Make a goal for yourself. Maybe I'll get half done. We'll check in with the goal in 10 minutes.